with a vengeance. There we go. Well, welcome in, Raiders. We're gonna play some Dyson Sphere. There you go, Harry.
It's time for everybody's favorite show. Here we go.
To the FBC, there's lots to do, there's lots to read. But look, don't touch, and don't scream much. Let's join the Threshold Kids. Let's join the Threshold Kids.
Give my brain some time to relax.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to hang out and call if you want. No obligation, obviously.
Yeah, it's just sound right now is bothering me. Just kind of in general, I think I'm overstimulated.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna kind of.
You thought wrong, my good bitch.
Sit in silence for a little bit.
Do what you need to do, honey.
But I love you all. I'll be lurking, so I'll be watching you. Okay, bye.
Bye. To no one's surprise, we are hurting on iron. Not power, so that's probably going to be close to be a problem, I'm guessing. Not quite. This playlist is too hot beat for what I feel like right now. There we go. That's a little more my pace. There we go. I'm still not keeping up with demand there. I guess we just need to put another mining setup for more iron. Well, theoretically, we can start tearing some of this down, I think. Mostly, not quite though. Is this full? No, but what we can do is take the iron coming in, split it off, have it come in this way. There we go. Very that way. And ore. And remote storage. Let's get this flowing a little bit faster. There we go. Okay. Let's see. What we needed on this magnet rings, okay. Cool. What I'm thinking is the iron we're already processing and bringing in, now that we're also diverting to that one tower. Okay. I'm not sure how that works quite yet. Let's actually try that out in a bit. I also want to get this mining going into this lane. It's not a huge amount, but it's just sitting here idle unless we actually do something with it, you know? How are we doing on belts? We probably need to upgrade this a bit then. Perfect. Cool. What do we got now? There we are. Bring this down and bring this. Okay, well, we'll get some power poles going. And we'll just get more iron incoming going. I do want to check out the thingy-majigger for upgrading conveyor belts. That seems pretty pog. I wonder if I did this. Oh, it's not even built yet, that's why. Okay. Well, this can stay for the moment then. Don't remember where I have the doohicker for a coal. There. That's what I'm looking for. Cool. There's more iron over here we can tap, probably. Again, doesn't have to be super ornate. Come on now. Not many belts and whatnot. Oh, gonna go amiss. Is there a green turbine I can steal from? Help me out a bit on this. Oh, cool. Oh, we're actually catching up on research. That requires purple. That requires purple. Not quite at purple yet. All right. There we go. That should really help our iron ore income. Now it's all about the processing speed of it. Once we figure that out, right? Oh yeah, this is the thing we want to experiment with, right? Oh, let's see if we can do that. Or is it? There it is. Okay, I have to break this. Okay. Don't know if that's helping, but it might be. This will need to set up this stuff and this stuff. And these things and these things and this stuff before I can start really tearing all this down. We're getting close though. Like this probably could be torn down if it wasn't for all this stuff hanging off of it. So we're getting there. Okay, now this becomes saturated. Speed that up. Let's see how our iron ore processing is handling now. Yeah, I figured as much. Cool, cool, cool. This is good. Cool. We probably need to speed up some of this a bit. There we go. Now this can exit a bit. Let's see. Okay. I thought as much. And this probably needs to be created a bit. All right, now iron's really starting to build up, which is good. That's not surprising me. They probably have iron we've had with magnetic rings and just everything. Not surprising me. How's our power doing? Still holding on. Let's take. Oh goodness. Oh.
Penguinish Liz is
Hey,
rating
Liz.
with 51 viewers. Welcome, Raiders.
How was stream? How was Faz and Viscera? How you doing? Welcome in, everyone. Hey, Garbage Day. Hey, Debug. Welcome in, Raiders. You probably already all know me. You come for my penguin emotes. That's fine. You can have them, Liz. Just let me know when and where and all that. Ah. Hey, Harry. Hey, Super Pack. How's it going? Hey, Dan. Liz, how was stream? How's it feel streaming as an affiliate now? Harry, yep. How you doing, Pants? Adam was not helpful in Viscera. Kind of the name, but I get it. It's different, even more overwhelming. How do you like the new toys like bits and subs and channel points and all that kind of cool stuff? I'm sure you're plenty helpful, Adam. You're amazing. Hey, Salad. Good to see you.
How about a magic trick?
I'm glad. The ideas are the hard part for me, but I look forward to see what you do with it. In Adam's defense, someone has to die first. In Viscera, there already is enough death. Oh, and Faz. Fair, yeah. You know, you need a sacrifice in Faz, for sure. Lobster, did Harry tell you about Blurp? That's what's happening now.
Hello.
First and twice. That's impressive. But welcome in, Raiders. It's good to see y'all. I'm glad you're liking having so many ideas for all your new, toys of everything that Twitch is offering now. And play fast the first time death is inevitable. Yeah, definitely. Even for like seasoned vets, death is pretty commonplace. Like I watched some people that have been playing fast for thousands of hours, and like they still have someone that comes along with them as their sacrifice. It's just known. Thank you, Mira, for the flashbang. Not complaining. That's fair. So I added Blurp in replacement of sound alerts. I think Harry and Lobster can attest to why. Yep, that too.
Hello.
Hey, Koi-Fish. You fucking love Blurp? Well, stress test time, have at it. I'm sure something will break, but we gotta find out what so I can fix it. What are you gonna break, Adam? And the thing that's really high performance is the spam alerts down below. Do I have a command for it? I think I do. There you go. See, the only bits one, the 1, 20, 25, and 150 are all spammable.
You have any ideas? This is my favorite show. Wait,
Lobster, thank you. Thank you for gifting a sub.
Lobster Pew Pew just gifted Adam the Useless a sub. Lobster Pew Pew gifted the 2 months to Adam the Useless. They have given 30 subs in the channel.
Screaming at the end always gets me. I don't know why. It's so good. Good one, Lobster. But yeah, Blurp is still new on the channel, so if you want to stress test that, feel free. There's a few channel point ones.
Daddy, chill.
I feel dirty. There's a few channel point ones. If you're a sub, they're half off. By all means, go nuts. That was a blurp that Harry found. That's all I can say, Pants. I do have the filter on PG-13, so nothing super explicit should be in there, but...
Please, Daddy.
Daddy, please.
Please, Daddy. Please, Daddy. Please, Daddy.
Thank you, Mira. That I have not heard before, but that's kind of neat. It's like a VTech in your pants, like the backside of your pants, you know. God damn.
Oh yes, Daddy.
That I've heard before. Tom has that alert. It's super good. I think she has it on Stream Elements though. That is a check your pants part. 100% Adam, you're not wrong. Thanks again, Lobster, for the gift sub to Adam. I super appreciate that. Didn't have to do
Daddy,
that.
chill.
Harry, you're just gonna make this awkward, aren't you? More awkward. I'm always awkward. That's like a baseline, but definitely, you know, add on top. You know, it's perfect. I love it. But I'm glad you're having fun with your affiliateness, Liz. I was peeking in a little bit to see what you're up to and how it's going. Hope you're having fun and all that.
Daddy.
Thank you, Garbage Day. Thank you, Mira. Slowly in like soft, semi-liquid clumps of fire and pain. It did, Mira. They stack too, I think. Unlike sound alerts, which I think cues.
Balls.
Balls indeed. That was Barbie balls. Oh yeah, that was the thing. It was fine. Like I've handled spicy food before, so it's like not the end of the world. I was fine. I knew what I was signing up for with a bit of discomfort. I was not aware of the volume of support I was getting that day. That set me back.
How about a magic trick?
So Harry and Garbage Day shared a brain cell. That's good. That's awesome. Dead on. Hey, new badge. That's a really good badge. I like it a lot. It does, and it always is impressive, awe-inspiring, and humbling. At least I can speak for humbling when it's targeted at me. God damn. Y'all blurps are comboing too well. Like, are you planning this in a Discord call or something? Because if not, same brain cell, and I love it. But yeah, if y'all don't know me, I'm DesertIce, Dice for short, pronouns he, they.
PP farty fart.
I'm a software engineer by day, weirdo on Twitch at night and also day. I do lots of weird stuff with bots, and I like putting toys on my channel that are... What the hell was that? That I just find amusing, and that's it. My brain's chaotic and has almost no impulse control, so I think of my idea and I throw it together in like a few minutes. But yeah, if y'all have any questions about how any of the channels set up, I have the philosophy that anything I do is effectively open source, so I'm more than willing to help build it up, share it, convey how it's done. I don't consider like I own any of it, if that makes sense. It's just there, I make it because I want to have fun with it, and that's it.
I'm the trash man. I come out, I throw trash.
Wow. Harry, Garbage Day, Lobster, Harry, thank you for that cursed combo. Hold on. Oh, I also have a new camera mount, so it looks a little more human as a dead-on focus point. I've been meaning to do that for a while now, and that's there. It's like, no one's paying me for this stuff. It's what I do for fun, so if more people can have fun with it, that makes it more valuable to me. Thank you, Lobster. Thank you. Thank you. I was talking about that earlier, Koi Fish. It's fine. Like, it wasn't pleasant, but it wasn't like excruciating either. Like, I've had worse. I bought you a tripod, honey. It was a fair trade. And you like the tripod. Steal your mouth. Come on. Like a Streamlabs alert? Just a fall alert. Sounds like something from Streamlabs, I swear. Yeah, like I said, everything I do on my channel is effectively open source. I've shared a good number of things with a few other streamers, and will probably continue doing so. Like the TTS that's not running through Stream Elements is all done by me. I run it through the Windows accessibility system, so it's like David, Hazel,
Daddy, chill.
Sita, and Elena.
I farted and a poopy almost slipped out.
Ew. Check yourself. Harry. Jesus Christ, what am I gonna do with you? Daddy. Where do y'all find these weird blurbs? I know it's a huge library, but how do you find these? Like, it's...
I farted and a poopy almost slipped out.
God damn.
Daddy, chill.
Russian. That's an admirable. Like, dedication to your craft is an admirable trait. Anything else that's not like open source or usually like just extensions or applications or ecosystems people have already, have already made. Like, there's stickers. There's Dixper, things like that. Stream Elements as an infrastructure, like, I didn't make that, obviously, but if by any means, if anyone has any questions on that, I'm willing to share that as well. It's not anything too complicated. And yeah, I've been playing some DSP. I'm glad you like the new Toy Lobster. Have fun with it. Again, like one thing I liked about Blurb is that it has a bigger library that is more accessible to the end users. They can just find them and play what they want based on different like content ratings. As well as that you can have your subs get a discount and you can control that. So I like the fact that I can give it more value to my subs. By offering them a discount through that. So when I like to build things into a channel, one of the goals I like to have is to see where can I add like value to subscribing. Like if people want to hang out and avoid the ads here, okay, that's great. Emotes I think are pretty neat. I'm biased, but what else can I give them that adds value to that, right? Because you know, people don't have to subscribe. Like most of the things are also available for free.
Open
channel
up
points.
that pit. Let me get that sausage.
Poo poo pee pee farty fart.
Long story short, I like to give toys to people who are kind enough to subscribe. So I want to instill as much as possible that it's valuable to them, that it makes sense, it's worthwhile.
Chill.
Beyond the content, which is me blathering on half the time, or just chilling out, listening to some lo-fi, or I'll play co-op games with various friends, very commonly with Sari. I'm sure you're all familiar with. They're amazing. They're my partner. They also stream too. They just got off early.
We
tonight
can make
'cause they weren't
Dice
feeling great.
regret this.
What do you mean by that, Mira? Is it gonna do that much big of a number?
Let's try that on the fart setting. Riri, oh my god. Like that is a violent shit. Is it being dumb, Mira? Let me take a look.
We need to talk about your balls.
Are they smooth or covered in bits of annoying fluff?
Oh, it's on cooldown, that's why. That's why, Mira, it's on cooldown. Gee, I wonder why. I can reduce the cooldown, that's fine. Yeah, I also built a cooldown into it because I am... That kinds of weird. Well, that one's gonna go for a while, but the next one will be down at like 5-second cooldown.
Detecting multiple Leviathan class life forms in the region. Are you certain whatever you're doing is worth it?
Probably not. Subnautica voice. Probably not. But yeah, the cooldown is so like, because I have multiple voices, there was a few cases where like people were like abusing it and spamming like all 5 voices. Oh, there's 5 options, 4 voices, one does a random amongst the 4. And having layered too much, it was kind of disruptive when there was no cooldown associated with it all. So I put probably too long of a cooldown initially. But surprised. Oh, you're fine, Lobster. Don't worry.
These nuts.
These nuts. Who doesn't love these nuts? But I don't know if you're still here, Liz. But thank you again for the raid. I super appreciate it. Oh, there you are. Thank you again, Liz, for the raid. It means a lot. I'm glad you're having fun. Congrats again on affiliate. I know I've said that like probably a dozen times now, but it's still worth celebrating. Is that a tap?
Mommy. Mommy.
Good night, Liz. Sleep well. I'll see you tomorrow for Penguin Heist, okay? I look forward to it. It's gonna be bananas because they've added a bunch of stuff and patches. Yes, Pants, you're gonna get your bazooka back. And I'm gonna get blown up like 5 times at least, right? To be honest here. Yes, Pants Bazooka. Yes, Pants Bazooka.
There is no Easter Bunny, there is no Tooth Fairy, and there is no Queen of England.
Not anymore. Is that too soon? The game does have bazookas. It has the one true ring. It has pistols, obviously. It has like a lot of fantasy weapons. It's kind of nuts. I have 2 of those. I do. I was lurking on my laptop. Yeah.
She pisses when she farts. Sometimes she shorts. Booty rocking cowgirl coming to my barn.
That's so fucking cursed. Yeah, I'm playing a little bit of DSP. It's essentially like Factorio in space. It's the closest, shortest TLDR. You build factories, you automate things, you craft things, and you have a tech tree.
Jinky step, Shaggy.
I hate it. I hate it. You have a baguette. Is it the leftovers from dinner? Enjoy your baguette, honey. Yep, I was just working on building up the home planets factory. I'm still somewhat early in the game. Like I just unlocked like logistics. All right, yeah, baguette and Penguin Heist. I forgot. There's weaponized baguettes. Yes. Thank you, Harry. Why? Just why? Why do I ask that? I know why. I know what I was doing. I was working on chemical plant automation because that's the next phase of things I need to do. But I got distracted by 5 million other things. Of course I do. I always get distracted by things when I'm working on this game because there's a million things to do, and I always lose track of what I need to do. And I'm out of fuel. Let's fix that. So your player character is a robot by the name of like Icarus. I don't know why the devs named it that. And it also has its own like engine you have to keep supplied with fuel, and it does like crafting just like Factorio does. It's single threaded where you only do one thing at a time. You can queue it up, and it actually does like the dependencies, but it can only do it so fast. So you're lacking on like simultaneous stuff. Let me fix my camera a bit. There we go. Better view of my hands now.
Cool story, bro.
Thanks, I'll poke a dog. Rude. Here's one of the few you'll say thank you. Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong. God damn it. I also have I have made a handful of stickers over the time. Yeah, I think it's an illusion of that. Like the developers, I think Chinese, so like some like the allegories are somewhat lost on me somewhat. I don't know. But regardless, the game itself, the mechanics are fun. The localization is not bad. I'm honestly, Garbage Day, I'm iffy on the combat update. One of the things that sets aside, like this sets DSP aside from other factory games, it's a lack of combat. So I hope that's an option you can turn on and off, because I'm not sure if the combat's going to add to the game for me. I just don't know yet. Harry, that's so cursed and I love it. Yeah, like Factorio, obviously you have like a tower defense kind of mechanic to the game, which is fun. I love Factorio. It's one of my favorite games. Gritty is fantastic. Honestly, Debug, it's a fantastically fun game. It's not that expensive on Steam. My only cautionary tale about it is that if you're gonna play it, you have to make sure you have the time to sink into it, because if you don't, you'll grab it anyways, and then you'll be out of time somewhere else, like sleep, or eating, or work, or breathing, because it's that addicting. Yeah, like, I don't necessarily have a problem with them adding combat. I just wanted it to be an option to be able to turn it off. That's what I would like. It's a pretty accurate summary. He is the NHL's, you know, embodiment of chaos, and I love him for it. Yeah, Gritty is definitely my, you know, how to put it. He's definitely a caricature I identify with in many ways for obvious reasons. Yeah, even more so, like Debug, you can get farther along in Sea Skyline than you can in this game in the same timeline, in my opinion. Like, I haven't spent that much time in this game. Like, I've only played like a few playthroughs, I think. And let me see. I'm at 264 hours. Which, you know, of all games sorted by hours played, Factorio's at 407. It's Dyson Sphere, which I have not been playing for that long in terms of years. It's already number 4 on my list. First one's Kerbal Space Program. Number 2 is Civ 5. 3 is Factorio. 4 is DSP. 5 is Satisfactory. You see, a theme of games I like is factory games, right? Automation factory games and sciencey weird stuff. Next is like Valheim and Stardew, Power Wash, and then Icarus. Icarus is also a game name, which is also a very fun game if you haven't tried it out. It's very good. It's done, I think, one of the main devs on Icarus was one of the guys that worked on DayZ. So it has very much that first person, like, survival kind of game. I'm not gonna delete it, but yeah, I don't think it was in a bad intent, garbage day. I think it just don't want people to dox themselves inadvertently, you know? I don't think anyone would do anything nefarious. Like, this community is too wholesome for that. But just in general, if you don't feel comfortable saying it, there's no obligation by all means. Yeah, dude, you're good. No problem. No worries. I'm not one to sweat the small stuff. I have enough other things to care about, to be honest. Like, well, there's no, like, malintent, it's whatever, you know? What the fuck was I doing again? Yes. Chemical plant automation. Maybe we'll find out where the fuck I was setting that up and continue working on it. Potentially, because I think I have the chemical plants now. Yes. Cool. I know I set up like an area starting it, but I think there's a lot more to do. Because I need to set up the chemical plant automation, because that's going to be important for tearing down my old starter factory. Yeah, okay, so here's the plastic I set up. That's all done. Hunky dory. So plastic is done. What was this one going to be? Ah, sulfuric acid. Cool. Cool. Yeah, I'm mean, copy paste buildings and it keeps their settings. There's a power system you have to worry about. And yes, you can do interplanetary power delivery, which I think is super cool. I love that about this game. It's like, oh, you can deliver power from one planet to the other. Like, that's super neato in my opinion. Put that there, there, and there. So that should help accelerate our sulfuric acid production. But why are we low on light oil, right? Refined oil. I will continue to call this light oil just because I have the vernacular, the nomenclature from Factorial still stuck in my brain, and it probably will never be fully gone. So if you see me or hear me like calling things by things that look like they're a Factorial equivalent, that's why. I just map a lot of Factorials like mechanics on this game, and again, one of the main reasons I like it so much is it reminds me of that game. So we're light on refined oil, and I think it's because we only set up a few thermal plants to burn off the excess, and we're just backstuffed. Yeah, that's what it is. See, we're backstuffed on hydrogen here. So, two things we can do. Several things we can do, but what I want to do first, set up some tanks here so it can pile up and let this going immediately as we build this out. So do that. Boom, boom. Let's get these tanks down. Oh boy. Okay. Let me land. There we go. Can't go that. Okay, so I have to go here. Let's get this going into here for now. Cool. And you can also vertically stack tanks, which is pretty neat. Like, there's a lot of verticality to this game. That's where I think analogies to Satisfactory start being very applicable. Which is a really good game to compare against. Honestly, gone into this game way more than Factorial, but I think it's because spaceness is one of those fascinating me. Yeah, definitely the space aspect adds a huge amount of like value in my mind. Like, it adds a lot of really interesting concepts, and the fact that you can go fly around a black hole or a pulsar, I think is super neat. Not just the, you know, the weird space kid in me, I guess. I guess when I play Factorial, it's because I actually want like a tower defense game, and when I play DSP, I want more of a chill factory game, like effectively like Satisfactory with, you know, in peaceful mode, like a peaceful mod. Now, is that enough to keep this at a net negative? We'll definitely use the hydrogen in due time, primarily for deuterium creation and a few other recipes, but mainly deuterium. That's going to be a huge thing sooner rather than later. Where are you? I did play StarCraft in like more casual settings. I wasn't really like, you know, sweaty about it, if that's what you're asking. I did play with some co-workers back when I was working on games back in the day, long time ago now. Not so much anymore. Oh, of course, I'm out of iron. So let's get 2 more in here. I love StarCraft in terms of like I like the real-time strategy. Like, I spent a good amount of my childhood on like Command and Conquer games, if that makes sense. Like, I spent endless hours playing CNC Tiberium Wars. Like, that was a very fun game for me. Yeah, CNC is great. I'm still going to be ever salty about what EA did to Westwood Studios, because it was a fantastic game franchise that they ruined. That's EA for you. Red Alert 2, yep. Fuck, Red Alert 2 is amazing. Hi, Turkey. Sleep well. Thanks for hanging out. Always appreciate seeing you here. Yeah, it's still piling up, so we still need more to burn off. But hopefully oil is getting better now. Slowly. So what we can do, there's also blueprints in this, which I think is pretty neato burrito in my opinion. So what you can do is copy, eliminate part of the recipe, use now. Not too close. There's water in the way over here. Paste. Hopefully that's enough to keep it busy. Oh, I need one more, didn't I? I miscounted. There we are. These things are new. I like them a lot. It can be awesome. It depends how they implement it, and it depends on how or not they have like an off switch for it, because like there might be maps or saves I want to play without it, to be honest, and I want the option to do so if possible. There we go. Like if other people have to play with combat, cool. I'm not gonna take that from, you know, I'm not gonna yuck their yum. Just for me, sometimes I like just a chill game to relax and just veg out to and have some like lo-fi music going. So that's 10. Seems to be still slowly increasing, but we're getting to our break-even point. So we can put another line right here, I think. Let's do that. And connect it up. It also helps us let me step back. Part of the challenge of this game is balancing your power network, right? You have buildings that generate power and pretty much everything else that consumes power for varying degrees. And you always have to have like a surplus or at least a matching point. And I'm mainly using these things to...
What are you doing, step bro?
Why garbage day? I mainly use this to burn off the excess hydrogen so it doesn't backstuff the refined oil. But the extra power gen is actually going to be helpful. Because each of these is doing what? 170 megawatts or so. So that's going to be helpful. And that's starting to pile up. Good. That means we have that saturated. Now to go look back at our chemical plants and see how are they faring now that like refined oil as a supply chain bottleneck is resolved for now. Once again, I have to find them though. You need laughter for healing? Fair enough. Go nuts. How am I going to stop you? I did not mean to do that. Cool. Yeah, so we want to see how our chemical plants are doing. We want to keep building on that. We already got we got plastic and sulfuric acid started. Where the fuck is it even? One thing that's always a challenge for me is getting lost on my own planets. Shocker. But eventually I'll start, you know, making my way and familiarizing my way around this shit. There's the plastic, so it's over there. Okay. Okay. Thanks. I don't know. I've had a very stressful points in my life, so I'm focused my default state to be as low-key and chill as possible. So when stressors do arise, I just had that much more buffer to work with. That makes sense in like in that allegory. No, I've been very chill way before you, honey. And you're chill in your own right. You give yourself credit sometimes. I got lost. It's this way. Yeah. Long story short, I've had a stressful life at points, and so when it's wherever I can beyond what's, you know, things that are in my control, I make it a priority to make it as low stress as possible, because life is enough stress. Why add to it knowingly, you know? I passed by it, didn't I? I did. I'm an idiot. That's really it. Like, life is stressful enough. Why add to it unnecessarily? So that is going well. Okay. We got plastic, we got sulfuric acid. One of the next things we want to craft will be, I think, organic crystal. We will need sulfuric acid for titanium alloy and something else, I think. I'm sure of it. Yeah, it's I would venture a guess there's some similarities between our experiences, Garbage Day, on that regard. Long story short, life will give you enough stressors. So the things that are in your control, make them as low stress as possible. There we go. You do yourself a favor, really. Okay. Don't really need this anymore. This is going. We'll probably expand this again a bit. Why are you not running? Oh, it takes 8. Okay, well, let's upgrade that. And we'll have our production flow be better. No point our production being slow because of sorters or inserters. I'll keep defaulting the column inserters because again factorial. Now it's what, slow and oil? Okay, let's do oil then. But yeah, chill life, low stress. Oh, I'm out. Okay, let's make some more. Makes things go easier in general, in my opinion. Okay, these will probably start back something because they can't output, right? Whatever, it's fine for now. We also have water availability putting put there, which is good. Probably need more of those, don't we? Yeah.
Boobs.
What was that? Oh, boobs. Yes. Yes. Okay. Sulfuric acid done. Plastic done. Organic crystal will be in the next thing to do, because it also requires some of this stuff. Actually, I'm just thinking we can piggyback on this a bit. Hello. Hey, Jackie. How you doing? How's your day going? Good to see you. Yeah, if we have the water coming in here in some way. I'm being an adult and doing heckin' clean. Good for you. Kudos. Good work. Sometimes adulting is really difficult to get around to, so again, kudos. We need this and this and water to get that. Just trying to think how we want water to be available to this. Theoretically, it could be over here and pipe in on this side, because this is going to be temporary overall. Not the worst idea. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, what do we need for that though? Exactly. We have 2 plastics, 1 water, 1 oil. So we'll have plastics come out the sides here, like that, and return that way. Plastics. Not that. Here, bring that up. So I'll have plastic on the inside. We'll have water and oil on the outside. And we'll have to have a chemical plant on either side. There we go. And we'll set this to organic crystal, organic crystal. Oil on this lane. So oil on this lane. And I'm not sure exactly where we want to do water. We might just do it back here and just have a lot of leg room. May not be the worst idea. Yeah. Let's clean up this water edge a bit. Good thing I built more of these, right? 3 on this side and 3 on this side should be more than enough. We'll have it go down this way. Out. There we are. This verticality again is going to be temporary. Connect that up. Connect it up. Connect it up. A similar thing on this side. I will need more. So let's get those crafting. I know I need to automate these. I've just been putting it off because lazy. This one would be even easier just to go across belts, right? That's another change they did recently, I noticed, where if you're trying to go a belt across a belt, it does the verticality for you automatically, which is super, super nice. So water is done, oil is done, plastic's done, return needs to be done, which will be easy. And Bob's your uncle, I think. Yeah, now we're making organic crystal, you know, pile up here. So that's another thing we can tear down at the old factory when we get around to that. We don't need this per se. We probably skip this for the moment with that craft. But if any of y'all like this kind of vibes and you like what you see, maybe consider tickling the follow button. Actually, how many games have you started on DSP? I think it's my 3rd or 4th save I've started. One I started and really didn't get too far in. The other 2 I think I've gotten to like white research and all that. There we go. Beautiful. Now, is it pausing on anything? No. It's just holding up. Cool. That's probably not going to be enough, but it's more than we have currently, so that's still a good improvement. So that's sulfuric acid, plastic, and organic crystals all automated in the new system with logistics drones. Because little tiny like 3 fan things are robots. Yes, there apparently is a difference. Go figure on that one. There we are. I just want to add more copper to our income.
Head on. Apply directly to the forehead.
Hey, Panther. Welcome in. How you doing? Ah! Ah! Hi, how you doing? Good to see you. Who farted? Garbage day. How rude. Can I squeeze in? No, let's put it here and here then. There. More copper extraction than exploitation later on, because we're probably not smelting it fast enough, but we'll need the ore for sure. Oh, balls. Okay. Why am I burning through fuel so quickly now? Probably because I'm flying everywhere. You know, the roommate has arrived home safely after a 5-hour drive. Damn. Well, I'm glad they got home safe and sound, hopefully. 5 hours is a long drive. I think it's a long drive. Where is
Pagu Bunny?
Pagu Bunny? Thank you, Panther.
Pagu Bunny.
Pagu Bunny. She's in a lot of pain from the weather, but got here in one piece. Well, that's at least something to be celebrated. That she got home in one piece. Oh, yeah. Understandable. Cheers. Cheers indeed. Thank you again, Panther. There we go. So, all this is automated. This is automated. Gold star. Thank you, Panther. We can do this next because that's more chemical plant. We do need this properly automated. This is sort of jank right now for now, you know, just temporary. So let's do that next. What does this take? Oh, good. That's yes. That's why I did the coal excited graphite thing, right? Energetic graphite. I always call it excited. It's energetic. We'll need it for the graphene. For now, graphene will become super easy to get once we get the infrastructure in place for gas giant exploitation, because thank you, Panther. Our local gas giant actually has fire ice. What's nice about fire ice is that you can get graphene from it as well as hydrogen. Oh wow, a hype train. Don't do that. So once we have fire ice in place, we'll get all the graphene we'll ever need, plus all the hydrogen we'll ever need, plus even more hydrogen for the gas giant itself. We'll help be bathing in hydrogen, which is gonna be great. You'll be going through a lot of hydrogen. What are you complaining about? Wow! Thank you, Panther. Thank you for all the stickers. Holy crap. I hope you're having a lovely evening. Let's go find where I again, got lost where I had my chemical plant production, but we'll put the graphene there as a semi stopgap. Just woke up. Well, hopefully you had a good nap or sleep or whatever time zone you're in. I hope it was restful. Here we are. Yeah, same. Same. Soda! Thank you, Garbage Day. Garbage Day. That's a Factorial robot. Those are like stackable, spammable alerts I've made. Those are pretty fun to make. They're essentially.
Say it again, Dexter. Omelette de fromage.
That's just like a damn regular alert that I made to troll.
Nice.
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 Nice. Nice. Nice.
Garbage day underscore said nice. What this do?
Does nice. Thank you, Garbage Day.
I'll take a potato
that.
chip and eat it. Once you pop fresh, you can't stop.
Garbage day underscore popped and can't stop. What this do?
Oh, that was new. That was fun to make. The little tiny robots debug. They're like logistics drones from Factorio. They deliver things to what you have demands for it, but they're only within certain degrees of the planet. That's Wrecking Ball.
Garbage day underscore has donated a baguette. What this do?
Does that. That was a meme I saw on Reddit and I had to have it. There's no better explanation. I'm sorry. Yeah, the little tricopter things.
What were we talking about just now? I'm Okazaki. I've become a girl.
They attach the storage's debug with this building here.
And I've become a girl.
They go on top of chests, and they provide to you or other chests that demand it from it. That's it.
Garbage day underscore dick fell off. What this do?
They can only go as far as like a certain number of degrees of like longitude and latitude on the planet though, and you can upgrade that, but that's a limitation. Like logistics drones, these flying ion ones go around anywhere on the planet. The hover ones can only go so far. I'm glad you like Panther. Ah! Thanks, Lumia. Yep. That's a flashbang. The lights were just delayed because Lumia's garbage. I need to take my own advice and replace the script that I gave Wheat. They're very similar in idea. They're a little more manual to be set. They have less range, but they're far cheaper to make. The recipe for them is far earlier, like sooner in game, so you get some basic logistics going very early. So it's very early game, like beginner logistics.
I'll take a potato chip.
I'm glad you like the alerts.
And eat it. Once you pop fresh, you can't stop.
Panther father popped and can't stop.
That's it. Debug essentially is that it's this really, it's a logistics phase of the game that's before drones and vessels. That's all. They're more limited, they're cheaper, and they carry less. But one thing they do have above the drones is that they can deliver to Icarus. They can deliver to Icarus, which is really nice. Drones can't do that. So they even late game have a purpose. When you get the range all upgraded and you have like all your crafting automated and blah blah blah, you can have like your belts and your inserters and like your various like things you always want on hand into a logistics chest, have the logistics demand for you, and if you're in range they'll bring it to you, which is kind of convenient. That's where I think the analogy to
Say it again, Dexter. Omelette de fromage.
Factorio logistics drones comes into play, in my opinion, because they do the same thing in that game. Before that, before they were added this game, there was nothing equivalent. You always had to manually pull things off. Thank you for all the bits, guys. Garbage Day, Panther Fiber. So what I used to do in previous saves before this one, I would have like certain like low volume crafting near like the pulls with like logistics towers, so I can go to my map view and pull it out at long range. Semi-manual,
said nice.
but at least like there was always a good stock of like belts and inserters and XYZ I could just go grab when I was learning low. And then later into the save I replaced with those interplanetary logistics, so wherever I was in the galaxy I could throw down one of those towers, say request X, and it'll warp to me, right? Which is still very nice. It was a little manual. That's another dimension when you're on your home planet, in my opinion. Or if you're on another planet and you want a dedicated like auto refill there. That makes sense, depending on what you're trying to do. It's all circumstantial what you want to do, but the robots add a new piece of functionality that wasn't there before, in my opinion. Both early game and late game. Oh yeah, if you type 69 or 420, the TTS does a stupid meme thing. Because I am only numerically an adult. Yeah, it's definitely very useful. It needs 2 ingredients. Okay. Graphene. No, not there. Here. I'm weird. I like to have things like semi-organized with like that. We'll only bring like 1K of each just to have like a fair buffer. And so like these things I have pulling in at 100. So when I put 10 in here, if I ever get in range, they'll automatically refill, which is super nice. So I was at 90. I don't know if I'm in range of the robots, but if I am, they'll come refill me. I don't have to think about it. Definitely super useful. Okay, so this is charging up. Demand. Sulfuric acid should be super quick. It's right over here.
Nice.
Little chatbot character pop up and say nice when you do 69. You also have it set up with chat GPT so it can answer questions. Yeah. I've thought about integrating chat GPT, but that's been, I wouldn't say divisive, but somewhat controversial and still like not fully panned out. And like some of the AI models have led to less than savory content coming on the AI. They've made improvements with some of their filtering since, but I would want to err on the side of caution and not like make anyone feel uncomfortable or unwelcome. Yeah, so that's why I had the pavilion with like always stock belts, for example. And one thing I want to do soonish is do a similar thing on this save, but instead of just the pavilion, have the logistics robots also like auto refill all the various belt types and inserter types. So that's definitely what I want on my logistics list. I just haven't gotten to it yet. All this stuff is in preparation for some of those things. Oh, that can be up there. So let's look at the recipe one more time because I keep forgetting it. No, not that. This. Burritos. Mix 2. Okay. Okay, so sulfuric acid could be the one central one coming out here in the middle. Graphite can go on either side. And we'll have chemical plants on either side, like so. And return lines on the outside. Yeah, I'm not opposed to it. I definitely think on a technological sense, it'd be kind of neat to have that. Again, I just very, very cautious on do anything that would risk alienating anyone, unnecessarily. I love all you people. They're all wonderful, and last thing I would want to do is make anyone feel unwelcome. That makes sense. ChatGPT has been an interesting experiment, I think, in terms of just like technology, though. I'm curious to see what develops out of it over time. That should be graphing automated to a degree. And by all means, I want their research to continue, because I think AI like ChatGPT, I think is going to be invaluable in the long term for humanity. AI in general, I think, has a lot of potential for bettering our standard of living. It just has a lot of caveats baked into that assumption, which we don't fully understand quite yet because it's so new. So that's, that's something for now. So that's all the chemical plant things I need for now. What else in the main factory do I really need to worry about? This isn't really needed. I don't want to fully tear it down because this passive, like, slow ass research is still kind of useful. But I also want things like this, like copper ore, to go somewhere, like the iron ore is going somewhere. Yeah, so like we restocked to 100 on these, and I didn't have to even think about it. And let's just get these belts upgraded to some degree. There we go. So now the copper has somewhere to go that might be made use of in the greater network. So copper can be used. Same kind of with the stone, I feel. Tearing this down is always like a decisive, like, you kind of have to rip the band-aid off at a certain point. I'm just not ready for it yet. But what I do want to do, I can show you this debug where, if you're still here, grab some of this stone tile stuff and make a small storage, Mark 1. Don't need a lot for this, just for me. We'll plop it down here. And we'll put the titanium running into here, so we don't really need it here necessarily. So we can remove that. And run it like that. And just, I'm like 10 in buffer. Doesn't need a lot. Semi-fast inserter. Bam. So you put this down here. This makes this box available to the logistics network to either deliver or whatever, right? You can do a bunch of things with it. And I think, how many can you fit in here? You get max of 10. Not surprising. So you have it like provide to Icarus, collect from Icarus of all types, whatever. And there's also one to distribute to other distributors or request from other distributors. And that's how that network works. Yeah, you can put storage on top of splitters. I just don't bother most of the time because splitters are usually just like flow control instead of like a buffer. There's only very rare cases where I need it as a buffer, like here. Like, it wouldn't be really super useful, right? But I can do it. Oh, it'll collide with that, so that's probably a bad example. Oh, here's one. X buildings? I mean these things, debug? The ones on top of the storage? Yeah, that's the new one that goes with the logistics things. It's called a distributor. You put it on top of storages. And they're pretty cheap to craft. They're just like iron, some ions, and then like a processor, a few processors. That's it. Yeah, so those are the things you put on top of storages to add them to like the robot logistics. So that's being used at least. Yeah, you put it on top of like a storage. You have like a normal like crate storage box, and you can do that for whatever. Like that hasn't changed. Putting the distributor on top is an add-on on top of it that allows logistics functionality. No, it's not specific ones. And I don't even know if you can even do it with Mark IIs yet. I haven't tried that. I assume so, but again, I haven't verified. I think the robots are so low volume oriented, like the large storage doesn't really make sense. But, you know, you might find a different use case by all means. So that is all done. So I'll need it for sure something. Right, park containers. That's why I wanted it. So that's now part of the network. That's good. So I have, excuse me, solar panels on one pole of the planet. Let's use the other pole for some manual crafting crap that I really should just have, right? So we'll need a bunch of these. What am I missing? This is why I need to automate this stuff. Get it, you know, get it crafting by itself and deliver it to me, so I don't have to think about it as much. That's the old base stuff. That's some new stuff, new stuff. I can steal from here, but that's not all that much. Where's it all going? Is it going here? Yeah, it's going there. It's keeping up, but it's low on magnet rings. Because I'm always going to be low on magnet rings, because need bajillions of those, don't I? That's fine. So let's make a bunch of these. We'll need a iron, of course. So that's like what I did with pavilions for the longest time, just going to like various logistics towers and grabbing things as needed, which is not the worst thing in the world, just wasn't super pragmatic. Yeah, that is already on magnetic coil, so I'll fix that soon. We'll get a handful of those. So I want to do... What do I want to do? What do I want to do? At minimum, belts and inserters, I think. That'd be a good start. Because I keep burning through those, and just having them on hand is going to be helpful. But I like doing those near the poles, so I have like a landmark in that sense. Like poles are just natural landmarks, so I might as well use them, right? This is one right here, right? Yeah, this is the North Pole. So I'll build something up over here. It doesn't have to be exactly on a pole, just near a pole. There we go. And look, there's the drones delivering more foundation, I'm guessing, right? Yep. And that's not like, they can only deliver so much, so it's kind of slow. Doesn't have to be fast, it's fine. Oh, these can just be basic belts, I think, for now. Which just takes what? Iron and gears. Okay. Iron. Where's gears? There's gears. We don't need a huge amount of these. Let's get some power coming over here. Yeah, so they're slowly refilling my, stone brick stuff. Or foundation. Because that's another thing I know auto refilling is going to be super valuable long term. Buildings, these, again, we don't need a huge amount. I just want like a bit of a buffer. Demand. That's good. Don't do its thing. And we don't need a huge amount of crafting on this either. So I'll just do 2 iron, 1. There we go. Fill that in a bit more. There was like a previous save I did a while back that actually I used the metal texture for the foundation. I actually had a whole metal sphere, which was kind of metal in the unironic sense. Had a lot of fun with that save. It's a good one. But got to the end, there really wasn't much to do at that point, so deleted it, moved on. There we go. Let's get that in, that in, that in, that in, and that out. Booyah. Now we need more return, I think. Oh, I need more of these. Unsurprising. And I will need more of these guys. Get those crafting, because they'll be necessary. Probably like another thing I'll want to have automated before not too long. That's weird. There we go. That does look visually weird to me, so why not fix it? Fuck it. Get one of these suckers. We'll plop it down like here-ish. Now we have this. We just grab 100. Booyah. And we're gonna do this. And pull it in here. Again, we don't need a huge amount. We just want a decent buffer in there so we don't have to worry about it. Get that in there. Plop our robots in. And in case we need it on other places, we'll just have that there just in case. And now I can go to here and always keep 300, but no, yeah, no, at least 300, but no more than 900. So like if we get but excess, it'll come and put it away for us. There we go. So now basic belts are just no longer a concern of mine. The factory work on our behalf, which is where you want it to be. You know, I could be super. Do I? No. We'll have towers too, because I will eventually want these to be off-world supported, and that will require tower support. So some of these will make some of these. That gets that crafting. 3 of those, 1 of those. Okay. Easy peasy. Wait. One more time. 3 basic belts is what I want on the outside. Okay. So I'll have the motor going through the middle. And these belts coming out on this side. And get some crafters down. And return things coming in this way. Like crafters and other machines like these guys and the upper higher tier ones, I want those automated too, because same kind of deal. We'll have a constant unending need for them, so might as well just automate it and have it delivered to us. Just so many things to do. Power towers, another one. But we'll put that there, there. Excuse me. We don't need a huge amount, but 4 should be more than enough, in my opinion. Okay, and another case where we want one of these boxes down. Distributor. And just keep this down to like 10. Don't need a huge amount. That's the tier 2 belts. Good. That's filling up. Get our robots in there. If it doesn't know what it is, you always press the guest filter and it can fill it out for you. So now we have that. We'll want the same kind of deal here, where we want this at least 300. No, but no more than say like 900. So if we ever get like a shit ton in our inventory, it can empty it for us. But I think we already have 300, so we're good on that. But anytime we fly near here or we're within range, that just will automatically refill from now on. I think this has the difficulty that we don't have those automated yet. These guys, we want those automated anyways. Those are gonna be needed for like things. No, they have a use beyond the belts. I'm just not sure what offhand. That's actually starting to bother me. Hydrogen fuel would be another good one. So I can get rid of this. That may not be a bad shout. Let's finish belts. Let's get. This is me in a nutshell in this game. I have like a million things I want to do simultaneously, and I can only do one thing at a time. It's fine. It's fine. Let's automate hydrogen fuel cells. Small scale for me. It is an ADHD focuser for sure. I've never been formally diagnosed with ADHD, and I don't have a huge impression that I think I have it, but I do think I exhibit some symptoms of it at some junctures, if that makes sense. This will just be storage for now, because I don't want this to be going around anywhere. It's a huge scale for sure. I think if I have it, it would be very mild. And that's a big if. We'll need a lot of hydrogen. So let's actually crank that up. Demand, demand. I'll have this actually store quite a bit. And it's just one of those things where I just don't think I quite qualify enough. That's fair to say. But I definitely would want to empathize with the people that do have it. By all means, because brains are weird. Reduced stakes, which is apparently a fault on the doctor's part. Huh. Interesting. I wonder. Can I fit in 2? Yeah, I can. It's going to be a little weird, so we'll have faster inserters, which is fine. And this is going to be even more jank, but that's fine. ADHD, Dyson Sphere is one of those games that can take over my life. Yeah, for sure. It's a huge time sink if you let it. It's massively fun, and it's very successful at eating all of your time. Okay. Here we have a little more space to play around with, which is fine. Faster insert, just because you need so much hydrogen in this. I didn't want that there. I want it here because titanium has a snake through here. That's going to be like a medium one. Is the power just out of range? It is. Okay, fine. Okay. Hydrogen, hydrogen, and titanium. Oh, I want to upgrade those. Okay. So now we have a trickle of hydrogen cells coming in. Same kind of deal where we want a box and delivery system for us. This all becomes really messy really quickly, doesn't it? Fuck it. And we'll just limit this to 10. Plop one of these guys down. Boom. Now I can remove that and replace it with this. Mm, 90, but no more than like 300. Okay, I probably want a little bit more than 90. Probably want like 120, 150. That's probably a good amount. And those won't be the fastest things to craft, but what's nice about this, I can plop these out, put these in, and they burn a lot longer. Way longer. The only downside is I'll be burning through my titanium. Oh well. That's done. That's something that I was on my mind to do for a while. It only has it because Steam Deck can only keep going with it to a point where it just slows down to unplayable. Yeah. That's one thing I hope they do in the not too distant future is I don't know what to put this. Late game does not scale well unless you really scale your factory like interplanetary and planetary systemly. If that's a word. So the way I've seen most people advocate doing like a solution to that is essentially having like each planet be dedicated to one kind of craft and just scale up massively late game. That way a lot of stuff is processing out of like loaded range, if that makes sense. But even still, it just doesn't scale very well right now. I hope it does in the future, and just right now it doesn't. Let's get some more tanks. Pause this for a moment. Get those crafting in. Just because this is starting to become another bottleneck in its own right. There we go. Now this can pile up in here. And hopefully not bottleneck everything. But we'll do a similar thing here. Have more power stations to burn off. Like this is just here. Really to burn off excess. That's all these are here for. The power gain is really just a byproduct benefit. In an idealistic world, we wouldn't be burning any of it. We want to be using it. There we go. That's better. But hopefully this will keep this down. We definitely don't want any of this to be like a... You don't want like one ingredient backstuffing the other. That's the whole motivation, right? And I think there's better recipes now. Yeah. Yeah. This is just problematic right now. But that's fine. It's fine. We'll deal. We want to get these dudes in the system. We don't yet. At least I don't think we do. Just test it. Yeah. Oh. Well, the next question is where we want to put it. We want to put it maybe right here, since we're actually right here. Let's do that then. We'll zigzag it a bit. I want these. Is this magnet rings, which we need to scale up actually if we really want to do this, and graphite. We'll just do like 500 each. We'll do with the magnet rings next, because there's no point in making this automation when it's going to be starved immediately, and we know it's going to be starved. Demand, demand, demand. Are we hurting our power now? Kinda. Shit. I need to scale more of this. Fucking hell. Uh-huh. Okay. Now, where can I speed you up? That will help a bit. So at least these machines are actually running. You spread this out a bit. There we go. That should help a bit as well. Not gonna be enough though, I'm sure. So I'm thinking how I want to help my current power situation, and my inclination is to go throw down more solar panels at the poles, which is not a great long-term solution, but it's a solution for now. You'll buy us time for now. There's gonna be more copper, I think. Oh, I'm out of silicon, that's why. Where's my silicon supply line? So, thought process. Throwing down solar panels at the pole so we have 24/7 power coming through solar energy, albeit a trickle, will just help our baseline for a while until we get the Dyson swarm going. That's why we need a lot of these. Because we're needing this. Aren't they? No, they're not. Maybe they're needed on the building for launching them? Yeah, okay. So not as much as I thought they were, meaning they're not like consumable in that sense. But we will need a fair amount. There's the silicon. Come here, you. There's an old box over here, I think. I want to really work my way through. Okay. And we got more copper over here. Those... Okay, get more in the queue. There we go. That's what I've been wanting to do for a while. That's gonna take a good hot minute to craft. That's fine. And it's sort of the same thing I was doing earlier with burning off excess. This is gonna be... This will have to go into a tower and just be another supply point. And just burn off that way. Burn being a euphemism. But yeah, we're making a bunch of solar panels. We'll have a shit ton in no time. I already have one pole covered with basic solar panels. We'll go to the other one, do the same thing. That'll buy us time. Yeah, there's one side. I want to go to the other pole. Sort of. Solar OP. It's OP in one dimension, in my opinion, especially early-ish mid-game. Welcome in, by the way. You plop it down once, and if you're at the poles, you're always in a 24/7 day line of sight to the star on most planets. So it's, you never have like downtime where you need capacitors to like carry the night through, right? But it doesn't generate that much electricity in the grand scheme of things. It's good, not great. But the fact that it's one time and you just leave it, you're good, is probably its only real strength, if I were to say. Then the... Did I have it on both poles? I went to the wrong pole. Probably the better mid-game to slightly later game is to have a Dyson Swarm. A Dyson Swarm is essentially large mirrors that orbit your star and reflect the solar energy to collectors. That gets way more energy, but the mirrors expire. They have a finite lifetime, so you have to constantly feed them materials to keep the swarm going. Did I pass it? I did pass it. You have to constantly keep the materials flowing to keep the swarm going, or you're SOL. So, kind of a yes and no kind of answer, unfortunately. It has its place. What I like about it is that it's a very fixed resource sink. When I really don't have that much silicon coming in right now. And I can reuse these solar panels for other projects later on. Oh, I'm sure I missed several spots. This is again going to be like just a temporary reprieve, just to buy me time before really dedicating to Dyson Swarm construction, which is really what I should be focusing on. I'm just being lazy. So now with those, like, that's what we bought in power budget, which is really not that much. And for how much we sunk for this, like each of these making like 150 megawatts. No, not even that. 352 watts. Kilowatts. Not that much power. Yeah, Factorio is different because you don't have... You have to use capacitors in Factorio for the most part, or else an alternative power gen. You need to somehow handle the night. You have to worry about the night in Factorio. In DSP, You don't, depending on where you put them on the planet, which is a different mechanic. The only downside of that Panther is that yeah, you can fit more on the equator, but half of them will always be out of use depending on the planet. I actually lucked out on this seed. Our neighbor planet here, Maris 1, is tidal locked, so half the planet is always facing the sun. What makes that helpful or useful later game, there's a process called photon collection where you use these buildings here in a different mode where they're always facing the sun to collect like photons, and that's used for other crafting of like dark matter. Yeah, blueprints of the poles is definitely a pain. Yeah, tidal locked means that the rotation of the body and the orbit period are the same. A good case of that right now is actually Earth's moon. We always see the same side because it's rotating and orbiting at the same period. Yeah. With the case of a planet, it's the planet to the sun, and you know, a real life immediate example is the Earth and Earth's moon. But tidal lock just means that they're in sync. Now, funny enough, in Earth's case, we're actually at a very Goldilocks moment for that because the moon is actually slowly moving away from us, and once it gets further enough, you'll observe that it won't be actually in sync anymore. It just, we're really lucky in our time period for that. Is this? Yeah, okay, so this is healthier now. Is this healthier now? No, why are you not healthy? So you're just not getting magnets fast enough. Well, let's solve that. Yeah, we have seen the backside of the moon. It is very weird because we have never seen it from Earth. It was, yeah, the moon, astrologically speaking, is not that old. Yeah, that's where all the Decepticons are. Yeah, 100%. Okay, this could probably be a speed up. Are we still getting copper down the line? Yeah, that seems to be okay for now. We're not outputting fast enough. That's okay. I don't see that too often. I'm gonna fix that though, or at least remedy it. Okay, now we're cooking with gas. This is still not fast enough for the last half, so I'll just speed up even more. Now we're cooking, now we're cooking, now we're cooking. We'll leave that going for now. Probably need a little bit more speed up to here. The late game is the late game of this game is actually quite insane. There's a whole lot of complexity that's very interesting, very fun. Unfortunately, there is like a terminus point where all the upgrades sort of just are diminishing returns. And it's really just a matter of like, do you want to go through every single planet and harvest all the resources? No, then there's really not much else to do. So I just infinitely scale up things, you know? Okay, you're hunting on iron of all things. Oh. True, Factorio has the same problems. Even Satisfactory to some degree has that problem too. Yeah, infinite research. Well, even Satisfactory didn't have that right now, but it's also very much in development, so can't really criticize it too much. Okay, you're just always full, aren't you? Let's help you along then. Yeah, you're just full there. Okay, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Some of that might be possible explanation of why the backside is so thick. At first, they thought the moon may have had another collision with another moon that formed at the same time. It was so slow, so it sort of smushed over one side. But with the locking so early, it may have just been that one side cooled faster than the side facing Earth was kind of melted from the heat of the molten Earth. Yeah. I've heard a lot of theories about how the density of the moon's kind of lopsided and weird. It's really fascinating. Okay, we sorted out all that crap. We have not done the thing we set out to do, which was these lads. But we had to sort out this first. For that reason. Okay. Recipe. 3 magnets. That could come on the outside. Like so. And 1 graphite, so that can come out the middle. The reason why I sort of do this sort of pattern is because I try to balance out the distance travel with the ratio of the crafting recipe. So not always perfect, but ideally the travel time and the proportion of resource is compatible to where the machine is more likely to be always satisfied with its demands if the belt, assuming the belt's saturated. If that makes sense. Yeah. So like we need 2 of these. This would be the next one that's most necessary. And our return mode just go like so. This will hopefully make sense once I have this up and running. I don't like this song right now. So like the time that the inserter takes to travel will be considered as part of the layout. Oh, you just need power there. Let's first get that down and this down. So we have something to tile with. And that there. Ideal world, these belts, this is always satisfied, and the travel time of the inserters is taken into account. Ideal world. Okay, metal, metal, metal. I need to get rid of all of this. He's wasting space. Where can I throw that? Put in there for now, just to buy a few more slots. But I really want to do is put in here. There we go, a little bit more breathing room. I do want more inventory space. Can I do that yet? Unlikely. Unlikely. I need... No, I can. No, that's not what I wanted. Where's the space? For construction. This one. Yeah, we can do that. We can't do that yet. That's fine. Always need more inventory space. So now we have what you call it's auto crafting. I find them again. These dudes. And they're only going to be used for the tier 3 belts, which is one thing we're working on initially, but they'll be useful for other things. I'm certain of that. So let's go finish the tier 3 belts, get that into the logistics. We can work on the inserters, get that into logistics, and then not have to worry about this manual crafting anymore, at least for a good while. Is this the right pull? Maybe. No. Other pull. Alright, let's follow the grid then. Something quick. Oh, cool. Thanks. Let's finish logistics, and then that might be a place to call it a night because it is starting to get a little late for me, and I do have a commitment tomorrow. I will be playing Penguin Heist with none other than the lovely Penguiners Liz, Null_Run, Sky8, and my lovely partner Sari. So that's something to look forward to. I am unlikely to be streaming it myself. Sari is planning to stream it. That may change, but again, it's unlikely. But regardless, it should be a fun time. Sounds good, Garbage Day. I was going to finish this one recipe and probably call it because I actually realized it's really late. And that's not bueno. And we'll find someone fun to raid for sure. I'm sure someone's on a Friday. Graphene. Demand, demand, and demand. This is so low volume, I'm not going to super micro optimize it. I will look around, and if I don't find anyone, I will definitely see what you got, Debug. Oh, I did this wrong, didn't I? Because I didn't offset it. Well, let's see if I can still pull it off. Yeah, I didn't offset this. This is wrong. I'll show you what I mean. When it takes 3 ingredients on the same side, there's a wrinkle with it where you run into an inserter collision if you don't like take it into account. Sounds good. All right, that's done. Let's get our box down. And because belts are definitely one thing we're constantly going through. But God, a part of me wants to keep playing. I shouldn't. I should do better about my sleep. But let's get this. Bam. 300. No more than like 900. There we go. And now the robots will just keep us stocked. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. It's time for me. But I appreciate all of y'all hanging out and staying and chilling and having a good time, hopefully. If you like what you saw, maybe click follow. I just recently just passed 500. Thank you all for that. You know, I never expected 5, let alone 500, so thank you. Just really. Thank you for the follow. Garbage Day. Thank you for the refollow. But I appreciate it. Let's go see if we can find someone. Yeah, Garbage Day, much love. Okay. I have a few options, but Debug, what's who do you want to suggest? Oh, Ben's online? Cause where I was following him. Maybe Twitch unfollowed me. Playing Did 4 right now? Okay. Well, let's go say hi to Ben. Ben's awesome. I see him lurking in various channels and he's a good bean. So, I'll see y'all next time. Love y'all. There's my socials. Join the Discord if you're not in the Discord. It's a wonderful place. I will be online tomorrow. I'll be playing tomorrow, not streaming, but on Twitch, co-streaming. Penguin Ice tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern, I think. Just follow Sari as well if you're not following them right now. Get notified. Also be in the Discord. There's notifications going on, and yeah, come watch the shenanigans. It's gonna be a blast. I will be live again on Sunday for sure. Same bat time, same bat channel. With who knows who what. It'll be something fun. And stay well. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Take your meds. Hydrate. Stretch a little bit sometimes. Try and get some more sleep, you know. And good night. Good luck. I'll see you next time.